Welcome to the
Hey,
show, Jackson. How have you been?
I'm doing well. How are you, Julia?
Doing well. Excited to see the demo about agentic demo automation, AI powered self-served.
Fantastic. I'll get right into it. It's good to see everybody here at the AI practice sessions for Diamond Grade Marketing. In today's, practice session, I'll be covering what is agentic demo automation. It's a really new technology. We're just seeing it start to emerge in the past like 3 to 6 months, and I'll be talking about how agentic demo technology is taking over, where traditional video formats used to be, and also first generation product tours, where the process of creating an interactive demo in the Gen 1 product tour technology was all about manual capture, manual content setup, and it's very difficult to adapt your demo content depending on the industry or the lead. I'll be talking about how AI changes everything with that. So with that, I'll share my screen and we'll get right to it. Okay, and just for a little bit of context, for those marketers that are maybe not as familiar with interactive demo technology, I want to take a pit stop at Storylane's customer showcase and maybe show an example from our customer Gong, what an interactive demo would look like, and then I'll go through an example demo build with this agentic demo technology and talk about all the AI powered strategies and use cases here. So just stopping off right here, I'm looking at an example from our customer Gong. They have this embedded to their website. This is an on-demand interactive product demo that I can find embedded using an iframe. And compared to traditional video format where I'm passively watching somebody else complete a workflow, with interactive demos built on Storyline, I'm actively clicking on the highlighted element, or in the next button, it's going to be self-paced. And of course, you can add voiceovers, video clips to make this a little bit more personalized. And then down here at the bottom, you can click off to a call to action. So it's very common for marketers to use this, top of funnel on the website for better demand generation. You can have it sent out in your campaigns or equip your sellers to send these off when they're managing a deal. With that said, let me go through an example demo build using Storyline. I'm going to be focusing on all the AI-powered features that make this creation process a whole lot more efficient. So let's go to Mercury's banking platform. I'm going to use Storyline's plugin in order to create my demo. And I'm going to go to my gear settings to say, make sure that all my AI-powered features are enabled. So we're going to be auto-applying some animations. We're going to be auto-generating some AI-powered content. And we're also going to be isolating these action sequences in what we call video moments. So let's say record new demo. After this countdown, the plugin is tracking all my clicks, creating demo steps. And there's also AI running in the background that is observing my actions, learning more about the platform. Let me search my customer at Google. Let me do one more click in the workflow. I'll say match receipts, and then I'll click finish capturing. So we just captured our first demo chapter. So AI is in the background refining the demo, adding our first version of the tooltip messaging. And then we're going to be ready to preview in just a few seconds. All right, so first thing we see in this preview mode is our title card. So the plugin knew that I was capturing from Mercury's banking platform. So it says simplify business management, business finance management. Knows that we're capturing from Mercury, and it's all about streamlining your payment tracking and expense reconciliation. So normally a marketer would have to go in and capture individually, then go into the demo builder to start writing out this copy. AI is already contextually reading the platform that I'm capturing from and using, contextual clues to say, okay, let's give a first version of some of this, value propositional language for marketing and sales. Then I'm going to click start demo. You can see that there's a hotspot placed on every click. So every action that I was taking during the capture process creates a new demo step with a hotspot. And then AI knows that I'm selecting the home dashboard. There's an automatic track and zoom animation that was added. It knows that I'm going to the payments tab, and then I'm going to the search bar to filter my transaction. So this is version one of all the demo content created in just a few clicks. From here, I'm going to go to edit demo, and we'll talk about adapting the demo content and also using AI to improve the demo. So let's start by going to step number two. I'll show you a few other animations you can add, like a backdrop and a spotlight. That's going to gray out the rest of the screen. I'll put a vignette around my feature of interest. I talked about that animation that was automatically added on step three. Here you can see the track and zoom animation. So I'm going to increase this to 30%. And we talked about using AI in order to create version one of our tooltip messaging. I can also use AI to help me edit specific demo steps. So I'm going to click into this tooltip, and maybe I want to revise this. I'm going to go to the AI assistant, which is called Lily with Storyline, and I'm going to go to improve guide. Okay, I'll say try again, and then once I'm happy with my content, I'm going to save my changes, and then I also have the option for adding voiceovers and video segments using AI. So rather than me manually recording the voiceover or manually recording a video segment, let's talk about using Lily to do that. I'm going to go here to the left hand side and say add voiceover. So I'm going to generate the voiceover. Here's what that would sound like.
To view all recent financial activity, simply access the payments section and navigate to your transaction history. This will provide
Perfect. I like my voiceover. I'm going to save it to the step. Then on step 4, let's talk about adding a video segment. I'm going to go here to the left-hand side and click on Add Video Avatar. Now, you do have the option for doing this the old-fashioned way by manually recording a video clip with your device, or you can generate the video using AI. So we have our AI-generated video script, and then we can select from a library of video avatars like this one here.
Hey there, we are excited to share that your digital replica is ready to go.
But for a more personalized touch, you can also upload a short video of somebody from your team, typically like a go-to-market leader, maybe a salesperson. And rather than always having to get on the video camera, have a good microphone set up, a good hair day, you can say generate video, and the video avatar is going to deliver that message. So here's a video avatar that we made of myself. Hey there, we are excited to share that your digital replica is ready to go. So, in just a couple seconds, I can have that generated. I would click generate video. It does take about 2 to 3 minutes for the AI model to generate and embed the video. So I'm just going to manually record a quick clip to have as a placeholder. So let me just grab a quick recording here. This would be an AI avatar, of course. Here's more about feature XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll save it to that demo step. Now, interactive demos, it's definitely a departure from your traditional video formats in the sense that we're not passively watching somebody else do a workflow for 5 minutes. We're actively clicking in this more screen-based format, but you do have the option for incorporating what we call video moments within Storylane. So notice on step number 5, there's a video player icon, and the AI models, in our capture tool contextually recognize when I had my hands on the keyboard and I was typing out Google. So it's going to go from clickable screenshot to action sequence of me typing out Google. I'm going to trim this up a little bit and maybe change it to 1.5 speed. And then once that video moment is finished, we go back to the next clickable screenshot. And of course, we can see the AI written tooltip language. It recognized the amount of that transaction. There's an automatic animation. And then here at the end, we have some contextual call to actions. So ideally, at the end of your demo flow, you're prompting them with a call to action. Download this PDF, open a trial, visit pricing, talk to sales. So given that this is more of like a top of funnel marketing demo, we have our two call to action buttons, visit pricing and talk to sales. So we are ready to publish. Here's what we built out. And we'll open this on a new tab. Okay, welcome to Mercury. There's the backdrop spotlight animation. Here's the track and zoom.
to follow recent financial activity, simply access the payments section and navigate to your transaction history.
Here's more about feature XYZ, blah, blah, blah. There you saw the video insert. There's the action sequence with me typing out Google, 2 more clickable screenshots, and then we have the call to action. So whereas marketers used to have to individually grab screens and then individually set up the demo steps and think about what copy am I going to write, we can see that this demo is built out using agentic demo technology that's AI powered within a couple minutes. So that's really pillar 1 of today's practice session is how do we use AI to build demos more efficiently and faster. Step 2, I'm going to talk about how do we take existing demo assets and recontextualize them really quickly to different use cases, industries, and personas. So I'm going to go back into my demo. And we are going to go up to the top right and say create with AI. So now we're prompting Lily, Storylane's agentic demo assistant, to recontextualize the whole demo. I'm going to say rewrite. I'm going to prompt Lily, rewrite the demo and personalize it. Personalize the language to a CFO of a construction company. While we're here, I can also bulk translate my demo using AI, and I can bulk apply AI voiceovers as well. But I'm going to keep this disabled. But I do have my AI guide writing turned on. So I'm going to say create with AI. It's going to take all the same features and clicks that I did, but recontextualize it to a CFO at a construction company. And notice how the tooltip messaging is going to change. All right, optimize your construction finance operations. See how Mercury helps you manage project management, track job costs, and reconcile expenses. These are all things that a CFO at a construction company would care about. Then we click on the home button. It's where you're going to see a quick summary of all your construction projects. Then we go to payments. Here's more about feature XYZ, blah, blah, blah. So all within, 30 seconds, I don't even have to rewrite the demo. And this is talking about finding the correct job code in your accounting system, things that a CFO at a construction company would care about. So for me as a marketer, I could have version 1 for, vertical 1, version 2 for construction, and I was able to do that within 15 seconds using AI prompting. So I'm going to go to accept changes, and we are good to go with our new version of the demo. Now, one thing I want to talk about is also building demos with HTML. This demo in particular was built with screenshots and video clips. Since we have time, I want to take a quick diversion and look at building demos with HTML and some of the additional power that can give you. Let me go back to this example from our customer Gong. You can tell this demo, let me reload it and talk about some of the differences when you go from screenshot to HTML for your demo. You can tell this demo is built in HTML because it's a fully scrollable web page, and it also retains the styling and interactivity of the Gong interfaces. So instead of a static screenshot, it's going to be overall more immersive and realistic to your product. The other big advantage we're going to see, like as I go back to Mercury's banking platform, I'm going to recapture the same demo essentially, but this time I'm going to use HTML with Storylane. So I'm going to go to HTML demo. Instead of the automatic countdown, we now have a capture tool. I'm going to switch over to continuous capture mode. Okay, we are ready to capture that workflow. So it takes about half a second to capture the page. I'll go to transactions, and then I'll click on this top transaction line item, and then I'll click on match receipts as my final step in the workflow. And you can see our step counter has increased to 4 when that's ready to go. So I'm going to click finish capturing. Same process as before. AI is refining the demo and giving the first version of the tooltip messaging. Okay, and you can see it's automatically ordered the steps of our guided demo. So steps 1 through 5 with the, with the title card, the various clicks in the workflow, and then our call to action screen. The key difference you're going to see here as a marketer when you're building a demo in HTML versus screenshot is the ability to dynamically edit the background content. So now in the HTML demo, I can switch from the guide mode, which we're currently in, over to the edit mode. And now I'm looking at these HTML capture screens of my product. And this allows me to click into the screen, and I could change this from 5 million to 500 million, for instance. I could relabel this from credit card to debit card. Now, this isn't just, a cool bell and whistle. The big problem we're hearing from marketers that this is solving for is that you have a demo environment and you're waiting for product or engineering to, anonymize data or pipe in some good transactions for you to use in your demo assets. With Storylane, what you can do is capture from a default state. Maybe the demo environment isn't, a demo ready or picture perfect. You can capture from a default state using Storylane. You can spruce up the data, you can anonymize it, and you can have it ready to go for your demo experiences. So for instance, I could swap out, images, logos, and graphs. I'm going to take this Mercury logo and I'll swap it out for a Storylane logo. If there's any sensitive information in the demo environment, I can blur elements. I can hide elements. Let me go here to the 3 dots and say hide element. I can also bulk replace elements. So instead of individual editing, I can mass search my demo screens for every mention of my customer Google. And let's say I want to anonymize that to customer Acme. And then we found, all these matches, I'll bulk replace on page 1. And then you can go a level deeper with personalization as well. Let's say that you have a lead form at the beginning of your demo. Maybe it's HubSpot, Marketo, Pardot, whatever that lead form is, and you're ingesting, hey, what's your name, your title, your industry? You can take those variables and map it into the rest of the demo. So hypothetically, it's here instead of welcome Jane, I'm going to click in and swap this out with a token and say welcome first name token. I could go to Mercury Balance, swap that out for company name token, all that good stuff. So if I go back to my guides, here on step number 1, I'm going to make this into a lead form. So I'm going to say switch out guide type. Instead of a text modal, I'll do a lead form. And now we are ingesting those values. So this is our native lead form. Of course, you could put in your HubSpot, Pardot, Marketo form. And then if you take in that name value, it would map into the rest of the demo. So in my background screen, that's going to map out. And then also in my tooltip language, I can map that out into the rest of the demo. So on the next step, I'm going to say, hi, first name token. Start by exploring your financial activity, all that good stuff. So now let me just republish this, and I'll show you what that would look like. Step 1, notice in the background we have a placeholder value. It says welcome John, but then I'm going to go and insert my information. I say welcome Jackson, and then you can see it changes in the background. And then also my tooltip messaging has been personalized to me and my company. And instead of being a static screenshot, we're now in a fully scrollable HTML screen. So just wanted to touch on that, the difference between screenshot and HTML and what that can bring to the table. So we've talked about using AI to capture and build our demos faster. We've talked about using AI to, use AI video avatars and voiceovers, and also recontextualize and personalize to different use cases and personas. Let's talk about the final piece, like what are our buyers going to experience because of these storyline demos? And it's the idea of, creating allowing buyers to completely self-serve the discovery process, maybe from your website or when they're engaging with a salesperson. So if I go, I'll touch on this example from our customer Gong. Let's start at the very top of the funnel when they land on the Gong website. So on a new page, let me go to gong.io. The idea is, you show up on the Gong homepage, you're a top of funnel lead, you're interested in their offering, but you're not quite ready to talk to a salesperson. You're not quite ready to invest in a sales cycle. So I don't want to click on book a demo, but I'm going to scroll down and learn about the offering. As I continue scrolling down, I'm served this alternate call to action, take a platform tour. Now, they decided to gate their demo asset behind a Marketo lead form. Hypothetically, I'd go through this lead form, and that's where I arrive to this page, this HTML demo that's embedded on the Gong website, where I can kind of self-serve, click through the product, have all these, AI-powered experiences. And then down here at the bottom, I could say, yep, I'm ready to talk to a salesperson, or let me go check out their other offerings like Gong Engage or Gong Forecast. And just kind of a quick formatting strategy here. You can tell with the Gong Engage demo, rather than jumping right into the workflow, they have this set up in a product tour menu. It's more like a choose your own adventure. So I could say, show me use case 1 or use case 2. So that's the idea of, self-serving the discovery process when you're a top of funnel lead. You could also equip your sellers to have these demo templates to send them off pre-call and post-call. That way they're consolidating meetings and helping prospects engage with more of your platform. I think another cool format that Sterling offers is the idea of a demo hub, of collecting multiple demos together in one easy to see resource. Let me jump over to an example of a demo hub. Where is that? Here it is. Okay. So the idea of a demo hub, if you have a really large offering, a lot of different features or use cases or integrations to show, you don't want to be sending off, 10 demos as separate links or having them on different pages. Instead, you could have one consolidated resource center linked from your website or being sent off by your salespeople, where leads can quickly explore and go through that, that self-serve discovery process. So with a demo hub, I'm able to say start tour, and then it's going to expand across the entire screen. Within the demo, I can explore multiple chapters. I can engage with call to actions like consult expert, view PDF, talk to sales, and then I can easily collapse this and keep exploring multiple demos. And you also have the option for plugging in video assets here and also PDFs and other documents too. So, Julia, that was a really quick crash course. I went through quite a bit of content there in 17 minutes. I want to take a pause and see if there's any feedback or questions from the audience. What did I go too quickly on? What additional questions do they have?
This is great. Thank you, Jackson. One of the funny comments that we've received is it's like reprise on steroids. I'm not supposed to say that, but
Hey, we're not going to say it, but somebody said it, okay?
I'm just the messenger. I'm just curious to learn more about actually the market and how do you compare it to other solutions, Jackson? Why Starlane?
Fair question. Fair question. Let me add a visual here. The demo automation category is really fast growing. It's a really popular space right now. If you go to g2.com and look at the highest rated solutions in the space, Storyline is at the top with a 99 out of 100 satisfaction score. And I think there's a couple reasons why we've been so popular and one of the fastest growing solutions in the space. Number one, I think we have a really smart balance of ease of use, but also robustness. So ease of use and a low time to value, the idea that I'm not waiting, hours or potentially weeks to set up a product tour. I can have a demo built out on our website. It says 2 minutes. It used to be 10 minutes. With these AI powered features, it's a lot faster, but also the idea of handing off to a non-technical counterpart. So I've never shipped a line of code in my life. I've never written anything in HTML. I don't know how to build HTML. But I'm able to capture these really robust and, edit these HTML demos all with this no code, low code, tool set. So the ease of use and the time to value of setting this up, but I mentioned we also balance it with the robust features. So there's a lot of demo solutions that are maybe a little, they're easy to use, but they can only do screenshots and videos. With Storyline, you have that dynamic HTML. You can add personalization. You can use AI to recontextualize, and we can also serve a lot more complex pre-sales and sales use cases as well. So, that balance of ease of use, but also robustness. And then I think another key variable is that we have a lot of different entry points. So we work, with the Fortune 100. We work with startups as well. I have customers that spend $50 per month with me, and I have customers that spend, in the six figures for their demo automation initiatives. So if you go to our pricing page, you can do a free workspace. You can do it for $50 per month. There's a lot of different entry points, so it's really easy to get started with Storylane and then grow as your use cases grow. And then finally, I think it's going to be this AI-powered innovation. So Storylane, we are the first agentic demo platform, and so really pushing the boundaries of, yes, you can build a demo more manually, but how do we do this a lot more faster, efficiently, and scale your demo initiatives with a technology like Storylane?
To address some of the community questions here, and to
Yeah.
all of you watching, we are conversing in the events Slack channel that you can see in the right bottom corner of your screen, I'm assuming. And yeah, submit your questions if you want them to be addressed, or just DM me. And one of them here is, what's the ROI in installing something like this?
ROI on installing? Yeah, that's a good question. I would refer, if you go here to the Storyline website, I'm going to go to the plot. This is where we have a lot of, a lot of studies and thought leadership, and we also have some studies done with our customers. Let me go to Storyline Labs. I can actually drop this in the Zoom chat, and if you could forward it. So I'm going to say copy link address. I'll put this in the Zoom chat to you, Julia, if you could put that into the Slack community. This is a
Yep.
look at one of our customers, Factors.ai. They wanted to study, they set up a study, kind of an A/B scenario, where they had a version of the website where they're directing leads with no interactive demos versus one where they did have interactive demos. And so they saw the impact of conversion rates, deal conversion, so for that top of funnel lead that said book a demo, how many of them would actually show up and be a qualified deal, and then what was the sales cycle length. So what they found, and it's pretty intuitive, right? If I'm a top of funnel lead and I'm only looking at video clips and maybe 5-star reviews and copy, but I don't understand your offering, once I show up on the first call with that account executive or solutions consultant, I'm saying, hey, show me what the platform does. What the heck does this do? Give me that kind of broad harbor tour. We don't really have a direction here. Compare that to a top of funnel lead that's been on your website. They're viewing the 5-star reviews, but they also have these really cool interactive product demos, and they've seen all the different use cases and features that you have. When they opt in and show up to the live call with that account executive, they know what their use case is. They know what they want to use the platform for. They have a lot more intent for going through that deal cycle, which is why you're going to have better deal conversion rates, because they're just better educated early on in the buyer cycle. You're going to have less flakes, and then also, yeah, that time to close the deal, the sales cycle length is going to shorten. The idea of also that mid sales cycle, when that account executive creates a champion, you can also give them interactive demos, like interactive demos built with Storylane, to then circulate around the buying committee. So typically a sales cycle is kind of ballooning because you have the champion is convinced, but then you have to set up demo 2 with stakeholder 2, demo 3 with the boss or the VP. So the idea of having these interactive demo assets that you're equipping your champion with mid sales cycle to show to the rest of the buying committee, you are consolidating meetings, you're shortening those time cycles.
Another question here. How long would it take a customer like Gong to build it all out?
Yeah, good question. The idea of you saw me build out the demo, but I build these demos probably 5 to 15 demos per day. I work with all these different companies. I'll say realistically, for a new user in the workspace, my recommendation is do not focus on building the perfect demo on the first try. You just want to hit the ground running and start. It's kind of like a painter. Just start throwing paint on the canvas. Start building out multiple demos. You're going to get the feel for it, but also with these AI powered features, it's going to be a lot easier. So rather than having to capture and build out the copy yourself, you're going to have a first version of the copy to work from. So if you talked to me maybe 6 months ago, before a lot of these AI powered features, I'd say, maybe 1 to 2 days to feel really comfortable and efficient in the platform. Now I'm telling people probably 2 to 3 hours with these AI powered features. And as far as like building out a demo that we saw with Gong, that could be built in, the first version, it's up and running within 5 to 10 minutes. By the time you're done editing it and you're really happy with the output, that could be done within an hour.
Would you call it AI PLG?
AI PLG. I don't want to venture too much into it because I don't think I have the thought leadership cap enough to really pontificate about. People complain there's so much that is brought under the umbrella of AI, so much that's brought under the umbrella of PLG. So I'm gonna pass on that question.
Another one here. How do you generate anonymized synthetic data?
Yeah, anonymizing your data. So this is a feature that is rolling out this month. Let me jump back into one of the demos that I built out. Here's this HTML demo in Mercury, and I'm going to go over to the edit mode, and I'm going to jump into, let's say, screen number 2. So we have this transactions tab with, probably 20 to 50 different transactions listed. For a lot of companies, their demo environments, these would be live transactions that they need to anonymize. Now, right now, you could bulk replace them, but we have this new feature that's coming out to where I can click on Edit HTML, and I have the option for editing manually, or I can edit using AI. So I could prompt Lily, Sterling's agentic demo assistant. I could say, add a new row to this table. I could say generate a random email address. I could select the entire table and say anonymize all these email addresses and swap them out for like hypothetical email addresses for the pharmaceutical industry or the manufacturing industry. I can bulk apply those using AI. So this is on the way. During the month of like early part of April, we're expecting this to go live. I don't have the ability to show it right now, but that's one of the AI driven features for adding additional content or recontextualizing entire pages using AI.
Jackson, I'm curious, how do you use Storyline? Storyline on Storyline, basically.
Yeah. So how does Storylane use Storylane? I think that's a great question. Like if you go to our website, I mean, we definitely take advantage of every single use case. So if you go to our website, what do you come across right as you scroll below the fold? You're going to have an interactive demo of the Storylane platform. So off
AI avatar powered. Hey there.
So yeah, voiceovers, AI video avatars, there's multiple chapters to explore. I have the benefit being a sales rep when people book time with me, they've already spent time on the website. They've probably viewed 5 or 6 product tours. I'm already getting those analytics to see which product tours they're clicking on. So yeah, my inbound demo calendar is very context rich. They understand the offering. They have a ton of intent when they get on the calendar with me when they show up for the live call. Now, in between calls, I am using Storyline demos as a demo leave behind. I spin off custom links for my customers. I say, here's the core offering. That way they can pick this up and show it to their bosses. And then we're also using Storyline demos in the like implementation and onboarding phase. If you go to our knowledge base, let me pull this up. We have it hosted on Gitbook. Yes, we have some written articles and maybe some annotated screenshots, but we also have Storyline demos embedded into our knowledge base for our converted customers. That way they don't always have to get on the line with somebody from support chat or schedule a call with their support manager or submit a ticket. They can just go through and self-serve these how-to demos to learn more about our offering. So every part of the demo offering is captured here with Storyline demos. How do you record, edit, and publish demos, and all the bells and whistles? So I find that all my customers, they get started really quickly because they have a great support team to work with, but also they have these on-demand interactive demos to show them how to adopt the platform as well.
Great. And I guess what's on I don't know if you're allowed to share, but what's in the product roadmap?
The product roadmap. Okay, the next part, our head of product, Luca Concaras, he did a webinar, and the next part, and this is kind of cutting edge. I haven't really delved into too much because I'm really focusing on the present and helping our customers with the current demo technology. But the idea of building a demo hub and interacting with an AI demo agent, which we're calling Lily. So without ever having, let me rephrase it. The idea of being able to talk to Lily and say, "Hey, Lily, I'm interested in this product. Tell me more about feature XYZ." And then Lily can give you a text response that is trained on your documentation, all your demo content, and also recordings from your sales team. So it has all this contextual, AI-powered language to respond to them in the written form. It could also respond over voice chat, and then it could also link them directly to the demo asset. I want to find this. This webinar recording because that's really the next step in Storyline's offering. Is full agentic demoing, where they never even have to talk to a salesperson. They can just interact with the AI agent. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't have it on me right now, but that most recent webinar that we did with Luca.
It's okay. You could just send it over after the event and we'll spread it in the community. And yeah, I guess what's the next step? Do you have a freemium? Can our community test it out?
Yeah, they definitely can. Let me drop in a few links into the chat that you can send to the community. I'm going to go to on our website. You can go to the very top right and say start free. and you can use pretty much our starter plan functionality for completely free for 1 week to create a free workspace and get a look and feel for it. Now, if you do want to test some of those upgraded features like HTML editing and maybe set up some integrations for your marketing tech stack, that would require a conversation with myself. Let me also drop in my booking link so we can set up a call sometime. Let me grab this. Copy. Good night. Sorry, just managing links here.
Okay.
I guess we'll do that after the fact. And then also, yeah, definitely connect with me on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much, Jackson. Thank you so much
Yeah.
to all of our speakers, sponsors, and everyone watching. That's a wrap for today. Hope the event was practical. We tried to make it as practical as possible, especially with marketing, which tends to have the gap between the theory and the practice of marketing. We are going to return back in May with our next AI summit, and we are announcing the theme very soon. So keep posted. It's going to be May 6th, 7th, and 8th. Go to hardscale.exchange and test drive our marketplace as well, where you could book sessions with the majority of the leaders you could see today and generally in our events. So, yeah, see you soon. Thanks, Jackson, again.